Hello, welcome back everybody, welcome. We've got the consolidation final ahead. It's Vexed Academy versus BPro, but just before we get into that one, I've got to tell you about the 1v1 caster challenge that we've got coming up right after this best of one. So if you're sticking around for the next hour, feel free to enter ! ticket and then the amount of tickets you want to purchase in the Twitch chat right now. The first ticket is absolutely free, and then you can buy additional tickets for 10 betties each. They're the currency that everybody's betting on these the teams in chat all the time, and people are going pretty crazy for them right now. Challenger will be picked right before the group finals, and if you beat myself, you can win an awesome skin out of these two. It's a Stat Track, M-Throw and S Decimator Factory New, or Shadow Daggers Forest DD Pat. They're field tested. And go subscribe, because you've got a higher chance of winning, and you might play on stream. So go subscribe right now, do it, and you might win. So I've got a pretty bad record right now. If you haven't been watching the last couple of days of Legend Series, I am 0-3. 0 wins, 3 losses. So if you get put up against me, you could win. Like there is an okay chance statistically that you're gonna win. But I'm pretty confident today. I think that whoever I get put against is going to get beaten. I think I'm going to beat them. I'm pretty good. I'm a very, very good player. Aren't I, Nero? It's true, right?
Yeah, you are. But basically, you're saying that you're making both ELC and all our sponsors go bankrupt with your skills of playing against the viewers, right? Great job right there.
ELC and our sponsors have forked out a lot of money over the last
But you were you're actually supposed to win these matches and get these skins for us, but since I wasn't here, I guess that's why the plan didn't work out.
Yeah, so you've got to give me some moral support. ! Ticket in the chat if you want a chance to play on stream, and that game will be played out in just over an hour's time after this match, right after this match, which is Vexed Academy versus BPro. So this is the point in which we've seen every team play. We've seen them play 2 maps each at this point, and they've both had different paths to this consolidation final. For Vexed, it was a win and then a lose. For BPro, quite the opposite, a big loss and then a win. But this is a rematch that we saw earlier today, right?
Yeah, this is a rematch, and hopefully the map is not going to be the very same, although you could say that after seeing 2 times BPro on the same map, they would be so much better than the first time against Vexed Academy. But maybe it's time to surprise them a little bit. I don't know on which map they could be capable of doing that, really. Do you really think that they have a map that they're like outstanding on, where Vex will be caught off guard? Because in my opinion, even if BPro get themselves a good map and Vexed Academy gets themselves a not so good map, it's going to be the scoreline can still get as close as possibly like 16-8, like it was in Tricked versus Cold Game, but not much better for BPro, I think.
So I wonder what map we'll see as well, because I'm not sure about any score lines before I see the map. If it's Mirage again, then that's very interesting. But I don't think BPro are going to want to keep it in their map pool. I think they'll ban it out. And I think Vexed, well, if Mirage is left in, they're going to feel entirely confident on it. They only dropped 1 out of 17 rounds earlier against this BPro side, so playing Mirage once again would be to their benefit, I think. However, BPro just played a really long 29-rounder on Mirage, so where do you put that map? Do you think in this repeat that Mirage would still be a Vex victory?
Yes, obviously, yeah.
Sure. Do you think there's any specific map that we could say, yeah, BPro, yeah, they've got a shot here?
DECPL mill, maybe, in 1.6, something like this. I don't know. No, really, I don't think so. And basically also you can clearly see how the bets just look like over 90% until just a while ago in favor of Vexed Academy. Some people are just trying to abuse the chance of winning millions of betties by going in on BPro, actually, but overall not expecting a great performance from BPro. I'm not saying that I'm expecting a bad one right off the bat or or that they will just troll us completely and throw the game. But I also don't think that they really have a shot at winning this matchup, unfortunately.
Okay.
Their previous performance wasn't good. The match against Cold Game, they won it, but also disappointed us completely in the very beginning of the map. But maybe, well, yeah, if they don't make these stupid decisions of like playing with pistols after winning the pistol rounds, it could be better. Who knows?
Okay, and I have actually just been handed a veto, and BPro have banned Mirage out. It was their second ban after Cash. Cobble being their other one, and Vex banning out Train, Nuke, and Overpass. So Inferno will be played today, and I think that that's somewhat interesting. Obviously, Inferno and Mirage, I think they go hand in hand. I think that they are similar styles of map. I think that you could say Inferno, Cobble, and Mirage are probably these scrimmy maps where the aim really shines. I think. The other maps, Train, Overpass, and Nuke to some extent, more AWP-orientated maps, and more teamwork-orientated maps. Obviously, Inferno, the rotator, the rotating player, normally the best player on the server. You would normally put your star in that position. It's really important for the team coordination to be fully locked and to have that team synergy here today.
Yeah, and I'm quite happy to see this map, definitely. I love to play on it, I love to watch it, but most importantly, I think that out of all the maps that are out there, BPro probably have the best hit on this one, right? I mean, I couldn't find a map because I didn't think that Inferno was an option, really. But, yeah, if I remember correctly, most of these Balkan teams out there, out of the Balkan tournaments that I casted in the past, loved to play Inferno. They were quite good on it. And, yeah, this could be a good map for them. But I'm still going to say what I said earlier. I don't think that it matters. Even if BPro get a good map for themselves and Vexed Academy are no good on Inferno, it's going to be fine for them, simply with the personal performance that they have right there, with the individual skill that they will offer.
I don't see any world in which BPro take a huge amount of rounds in this game. I think that this Vex side should really have the advantage in every single scenario. And the knife round will decide whether this BPro team will play on CT or T first. I don't think it matters. I don't think the knife round will decide anything. But I feel like Vexed, if they get off to a catastrophic start, they could definitely crumble. BPro, taking a good start for them would mean you shut down these aim stars early on. Players like Define, players like SB, they obviously need the momentum, and that's something that they didn't get going against Tricked earlier. And that's something here on Inferno they're going to have to keep a handle on. You want to see these players actually fragging well throughout the whole game. Otherwise, a couple of rounds that they perform badly in, that could be it for them. They could be absent for the rest of the map at this point. But here's a knife round.
Oh, Foreign. Psycho, Foreign again, and it seems like, yeah, BPro will be getting at least the side on which they want to start. And then we're talking about the good one, right? So the pistol, they definitely want to have right there, and then a good economical decision. Definitely not pistols with Kevlar's, please, BPro, please. And we can see how it goes from there, right?
Yeah, and obviously BPro needs to keep a handle on this economy as well. That's something that they really struggled with at the start of Mirage. Even though they were ahead, they were making some horrific moves in terms of buy. And this B push coming in thick and fast, but BPro seem to be pretty well equipped to deal with it, especially with Foreign taking that initial happy headshot.
Okay, Define down, one of the major dangers that BPro had when they faced off against Vexed Academy last time. And as I mentioned, Pith was just not performing so well against BPro, actually. So that's something you still have to keep in mind.
I was going to sing a song. I'm so glad that there wasn't like a good 5 seconds of silence there, because I would have sang.
Okay, so I'm going to keep talking. I mean, Pith wasn't going so well against BPro last time, but he was doing well against Tricked. So what happens now is the question, because he's playing with a Deagle on the pistol round and he's getting a double headshot. So I guess that's going to be about it. It's a good kill on Define to open it up, but then nothing else really goes like they wanted to. And Corsair being the last man. Corsair, the man who I think felt the most pressure going up against Vexed Academy last time. And Esperanto is the one to bring him death.
Yeah, that's Vexed Academy with a really good start. Obviously, taking that pistol, shuts BPro down. BPro took the pistol on Mirage previously in the map that we just watched, but they didn't get rolling with that. So now, after being behind, and this could be history repeating themselves, how are they going to deal with that pressure? How are they going to deal with the feeling that we're playing against the same team as earlier, and they might be doing the same to us once again? And remember, Vexed, they're a team that plays off confidence. They're not going to lay up here. I think that they're just going to keep the pressure up and not allow BPro to get into this game at all. We were talking about the BPro economy being very weak earlier. And if Vexed can get that early start, that early $6,000 to $8,000 in the bank, then BPro are going to really struggle to keep Vexed out of either of these bomb sites.
Oh, but now I'm getting worried, really. Corsair is going to get spotted out by Craze, but doesn't even lose a single point to health. That's a good-looking situation for them for sure. Picked by Beast's surprise completely right here and spotted out by Thorn. It's exactly what's happened. Bloka is going to get a good kill for himself.
Yeah, blocker on that flower pot position, it's something that is commonly not checked. So he's even staying up there as well. Expecting him to have fallen back and fallen down towards towards Graveyard, and he's going to rain down death again. Does a bit of damage, but it doesn't find the frag. But BPro have a man advantage going into this retake.
Yeah, but Esperanto's almost gone already. Just one more shot to bring him down, but Pith is going to keep them away from doing that. Blocker though, getting that kill. Bomb was knocked down. Foreign to get the last kill, and that's what I wanted to say. Seeing Pith with a deagle in the pistol round, it shows you that they might not be treating the enemy seriously anymore. It's like Pith said, like, alright, we can wreck them with whatever, so I'm going to go for a deagle, let's do this. And it does work out for the first round, but right now, they just go in for these aim duels, not really putting a lot of thought into it, not really checking all the corners out there and getting killed to the flower pot position, as you said. That's not the Vexed Academy I want to watch, but then also, when I'm just putting myself in their place, it would be so boring for them to like 100% seriously approach this game since they won 16-1 last time.
And that's got to play on your mind, but BPro taking that second round for Vex, shutting them down early is definitely a virtue at this point in BPro. They just need to hold on now, stabilize some sort of economy, and keep Vex out of these bomb sites. If Vex gains some momentum, it can be very difficult to shut a Pugstar team like this down. And Psycho not getting punished for missing that many shots with the FAMAS. It's so difficult to hold down the spray control with the less advantageous rifle. However, still staying alive. Oh,
Esperanto, the double. That's not a bad spray from him, but it's all going to end like this. Not many more rifles that they had other than him. It's 2-1 in favor of BPro, and we were talking about a good start that they're looking for, but so before you said that they need a good start, is like, what if Vex will crumble after a catastrophical start? But is it a catastrophe yet? I wouldn't say so.
No, this is certainly not a catastrophe by any point of measure. They've got 2 rounds to Vex's 1, and they're back to ecoing this Vex side. So they're going to have not a lot of money. And on BPro's side, if they actually gain the kills without taking any real damage, then they're going to have a really good buffer. If we actually have a look at their money, they haven't got much right now. They've got 3 players with about 3,000. However, apart from that, they've got nothing to speak of. So a clean round here is exactly what the doctor ordered. And Foreign misses the shots.
Not so accurate of a spray indeed. Poise is going to get an AUG into his hands, so both teams have to service something a little bit unusual. Poise manages to pull out the deagle, even has a lot of time served over by Vexed Academy to do whatever he wants, and that'll be a triple overall this round for him. Blocker to just close it all off. 3-1 in favor of BPro. Well,
and
it's getting better and better.
And Vex, this is their first attempt at a proper buy. This is the first proper round we've seen all map, and we've had to wait for round 5 to see it, because both of these teams playing a very scrimmy style of Counter-Strike, and they're pushing mid because of their poise with an AUG. Rains down but doesn't connect. Defined and Pipe both take kills, both take headshots in Pipe. Oh, he's shutting down this banana defense. Blocker, the last player alive here. Foreign drops, Blocker drops, a crushing attack. BPro, wow, that push did not work out.
Yeah, and the question is, does it go down to the fact that they pushed, or does it go down to the fact that there was finally a full buy for Vexed Academy where they treated it a little bit more seriously, let's say? But I would rather say the first option for now. I still want to give them the benefit of doubt, and maybe BPro indeed are going ham into this matchup. Maybe they themselves didn't really like click the red button and launch themselves into these games.
Quick looked very tempting to go for a pixel boost there, but definitely none of that. I don't want to be seeing any of that Quick behave. BPro taking the first kill and almost a second there. Craze lucky to be alive on 4 HP. And BPro just solidifying this defense with a 3-2 setup in this bomb. Yeah, it's lurching towards the B site, and smoking off Blocker is a good way to get in here, but he's got a Molotov, and BPro's nade retention's been really good. They've kept 2 Molotovs back for a minute left, and they didn't have that much utility to speak of at the start of the round, so keeping these alive to the last minute is good, but you want to force Vex to push through a Molotov, so maybe putting down the smoke now and forcing the Molotov through later would be the way to go, but looks like they're going to fake a man over towards the A site. It needs a kill here, or just to back off to B, and it looks like they actually seem a little bit apprehensive about what they want to do. Defiant seem to be wanting to rotate the bomb back to A, but Pitt saying, no, there are too many people there. Let's go B. Espy's the first man in.
Esperanto is the first one. Now they know roughly where Blocker will be, so even if he... Yeah, that's a good one from Kreese, definitely out there, but now Poise joins in. He's also got an AWP. It's still evened out. Just mind that, it's 3-on-3. And all the CTs are preparing themselves, but from one single angle. Just that molly that Defiant's got could be a crucial one, but he receives an incendiary first himself, but Poise is not able to use this opportunity. It was the best one that he was going to get. Again. And Defiant is the last man standing. He's got to be down waiting in the dark, and does get that headshot real quickly. Defiant once again starting to build up that confidence for himself. Only one single kill of the match against Strict after the first half. Right here, he's got 4-1-4 after 6 rounds, which is surely so much better already. And he's got to keep that going.
Yeah, and that's something that is of the utmost importance for both of these teams. But Vex finally laying up on the pressure. They have forced BPro onto just pistols. And yeah, this is a real problem. They're not going to be able to keep this Vexed Academy side out of your bomb site with pistols alone. Inferno is one of those maps where you need everything that you can get your hands on. The AWP is actually kind of crucial, but it's the utility to slow the Vex side down and stop them from making these sort of pushes. And you see, even a Mac 10 can mow you down when you haven't got armor. Of course, there's a third to fall, as Espy doing all the damage. And Poise, yeah, he has to back off. He's picked up a CZ75, and he definitely could catch Kvik off, but needs to be a couple of these lame shots through the smoke, perhaps. But no, he's not taking it. He's found a little gap and take a lot of damage. So, Vexed, this is a very clean round. They're sending Espy in first, perhaps.
Oh, Poise 3 HP. That's just not looking too convincing. And SP, 1800 with the kills. Something you should be happy with. Maybe they will be trying to go for a little bit more sniping action since Kreese has been doing so well in here.
Perhaps. And Vex, they need to actually keep the momentum up. BPro, obviously, have 5 rifles. They don't have that AWP, and the Vex side taking damage early. Pith, 3 kills. That's nuts. Kreese only takes 1 in return.
They're looking for the last one. Craze still alive with the AWP. This man is going huge, but is it enough? Can he single-handedly win an entire round? That's something that should not really be an option, but let's go. Craze getting the bomb down. That's at least a little bit of money for sure. Ollie instantly as he thought that somebody's going to be up close. That's not the case. Or actually, maybe they think that he wants to make them think that he's not going to be where the molly is, but they already spotted him out. Now the smoke. He's got the deagle. Is he going to pull the trigger? Oh, no, still shows himself up to poise before he starts shooting. He had the crosshair placement perfectly down, so he could have just pulled the trigger there.
This has been so back and forth. BPro looks really down and out, and Vexed seem to have so much momentum, but they're coming back in this game thick and fast. 3 rounds in a row for Vexed, and then BPro storming right back with that retake. They've got the AWP, they've got 4 rifles to back it up, but Vexed Academy with 4 rifles and an AWP on themselves, this is going to be a big round for both teams.
Oh no, Poise will have to burn down an AG and a molly right on his face and not able to escape it. Well, that's crushing. A 1-man lead right off the bat, but Vic is going to even this all out a little bit. Maybe unreasonable of a push from him. No, a 4-on-3 in favor of Vexed Academy, so they still have that lead that they very much wanted there. They need to get the rounds going, really, because 4-4 up against BPro, they shouldn't be too proud of it.
Psycho doing damage with the AWP, though. There's an initial headshot. Divine hits the dirt. Craze trades it in as well, so that's the AWP threat dead. BPro doing the damage as blocker, and it's only Pyth left, the ex-Nip star, the Swedish superstar. Still alive in the server, boosts up onto hay bales. Then he takes the first as well, over this smoke, trying to do the damage onto Corsair, and Pyth takes it! 1 for 2, both headshots, both AK-47, and both beautiful. Vexed Academy saved off the back of Pyth's AK.
Not bad of a situation for sure, and that's what I meant when I was watching Vexed match against BPro #1. Piff was just messing around a little bit. He was running into the bomb sites just to die simply. He's not doing any kind of plays like this, and now you can clearly see that when it gets serious, when he gets kind of pissed off that they're starting to lose rounds, that they unnecessarily are losing actually, due to some stupid mistakes, he just goes ham. And this is amazing, and SP, Vic are just going to back him up right now. Though they're facing off against the simple eco, not too hard to win. And 6-4 is definitely there for Vexed Academy.
Yeah, and they're looking really strong right now. Vexed, yeah, they've got the momentum. They've got all the wind in their sails. We were saying that BPro were right in it with them. Trading rounds, keeping 1 for 1. Every time Vexed took a round, BPro are straight back in it, but right now that's not quite happening. They need to turn up the momentum. They need to turn up the volume right now as BPro 4-6. They run the risk of falling very far behind, and this could be another BPro Vexed superstar T-side.
Well, pick. Not a bad position to kick it off with. They roughly know where to expect Poise. He's been covering this angle over and over again. And oh, is he going to get straight down? Close! But not quite there. 21 HP. Does he know? Oh, he's not expecting that. So even though he's done so much damage, he's not able to finish this frag off. And Esperanto with a good kill on Psycho. They were kind of drawn towards this boiler room when Poise started getting the kills, so I thought that maybe nobody will focus on Psycho at all. Back to a 1-man lead in favor of Vexed Academy in a blink of an eye as soon as people start popping up from BPro. As soon as they see their targets, Vexed Academy don't fail.
Farm with this AK-47, last man alive, needs to play this head glitch angle, and he's not hitting the shots right now. SB lucky to be alive, he's taken 2, and now he finds his 3rd. 7 rounds for Vexed. And BPro, yeah, this is going to be their first buy in quite a long time. They've got the AWP out on Poise. They could drop a second AWP over to their secondary AWPer, however, Foreign instead deciding to go for the M4. The utility with it, they've only got 1 Molotov amongst their 5 players. This is a real issue, because especially on Inferno, it's so easy to get through those choke points. a Molotov is a great way to close that off. Molotov is a great way to slow this T side down and stop them from being right in your face very quickly. However, BPro, they don't have that investment. They don't have the money to invest it. So instead of going for 4 smokes, it's impossible to... Oh, SP! Blind shot onto Psycho. He's got to be mad right now. And this is exactly the Vex that we wanted to see. They're turning up the volume, and Corsair needs to hit some shots sometime soon.
Oh, here we are, boys. Him being that AWP player, you've always got to be scared of him. But Vexed Academy, this far, not really putting much thought into it. Piffed out. There's not going to be the clutch player left anymore if they're once again drawn to an unfavorable situation. Esperanto defined, they're breaking through. Esperanto, what a position from him. Nobody expecting to see anybody out there, and he's gonna get so much damage onto for him, but then trade back with Blocker. But Blocker 1v4 out there, completely surrounded. No, he's not getting more than that. Only boys now left, and I was talking about this Orpa, but when he's on bomb sites, B is being taken, or...
Well, when he's on the opposite bomb site, it's really difficult, isn't it? Poise needs to keep this AWP alive, though. It's the only investment that BPro have. Right now, Poise with the AWP is the only investment that they're going to have into this 13th round, and they've got no money to buy up anything else around him. It'll be pistols, or maybe they'll go for the full save. I'm pretty sure that BPro are going to want to go for a full pistol and armor set up around this AWP, and I would say that that's probably the correct decision against a Vexed Academy side that is so hot right now. And BPro maybe putting that AWP in a bit of a gambly position could be the right way to go about things. Poise, he looks like he might take the aggressive pick down mid, but no, he's focusing attention back towards Banana, and it's dangerous to put your AWP on Banana because yeah, he can die very early. And also, if he signals his position early, it means that Vexed Academy can just move around him. They don't have to face the only investment, and they have gone for these additional pistols.
Oh, there we go. Crazy. This is the first one. Poise is instantly going to reply, but then Poise does not expect Piff to be waiting and to be so accurate to it. Of course, losing half of his HP to a molly also is in the greatest situation out there, and Piff will be looking for a double kill that's up ahead of him, but he picks up an AWP actually. Is the right decision? Definitely no. Esperanto in the meantime though taking out Psycho, and they still have somewhat of a comfortable situation for themselves. It's 2-1-3, so they cannot be like perfectly fine with what's happening here, but it's definitely not the end of the world yet.
I feel like this is fairly even though. They've got 2 pistols and just 1 AK-47. Foreign catches one out. Define needed to hit that shot. Foreign with a chance, but misses it as well. Both players whiffing shots left, right, and centre, but Define with 73 HP will finally get that bomb down. Both these BPro players are fairly low, 11 and 38, but they need to enclose on this site now and Define. This would be the 1v3 of the map. If he were to take it, he's got so many different positions to look, and he boosts himself onto this corner. It gives himself much more vision, can see towards the right, and his eyes are probably looking towards this right angle. Corsair dies by a headshot. Blocker finds one in return, though. That's the AWP with the pistol out. Blocker saves it for his team.
Define though looks away as soon as Corsair gets into his crosshair, so I was concerned that he wouldn't even hit this one kill. But then somehow Blocker managed to get the headshot on Flying Man. Jumping down from the box, Define maybe could have remained patient, maybe could have stayed there. Maybe it would have been a little bit harder for the AWP to aim at him. But still, Vexed Academy are not looking bad at all. They're kicking off on the T side. BPro won the knife round. They themselves decided to kick it off on CT, and they're down 3 rounds now. Poise though, 1 for 1. It's not the worst situation, not the worst trade, and especially as Psycho then gets the kill in the middle. So the double AWP can also work right here on Inferno for BPro. That's been their only salvation in some situations, actually.
Yeah, and these AWPs are so important on Inferno. Obviously, those long-range angles being taken by 1 scope rifle instead of 2 weapons have a blocker. Proving my point, finds that shot on Define, who is boosting up, going for that cheeky play. And Vexed Academy take another casualty.
Block up. Will he be the man to actually finish off this round? In the 2v4, still the tiniest chance is there, but if another person dies without the other refragging quickly, it would be over. Back to 2 on 3. We're still on. Now Psycho's getting through to construction. Fake though, but down very quickly by Corsair from time to time, even he can do something very well. Now double AWP is still saved up by the defending team, and BPro are looking forwards to getting that 7th round. That's a very much necessary round for them right here if they still want to fight.
I'm pretty sure that they do want to fight tooth and nail very hard. And Pyth's the only player in this whole server with that rifle right now, Deagle. Everybody else with plenty of money, plenty of rifles, plenty of utility as well. SB's going to start off the frag onto Psycho with that AWP.
Well then, Foreign just around the corner. Define is going to get that kill. Yes, he will. And now a 2-man lead in favor of Vexed Academy. That's surely something they have eagerly been looking for. Now only one single man to really set them apart from this bomb side, if we can even call it that, because Corsair standing just around that smoke. Corsair though getting a kill on Define, then a lot of damage delivered to another terrorist, but it's gonna have to go down. Now boys all alone, 1v4 in the last round of the first half. He's gonna get another kill, but not much more. They know exactly where he is. That might even be a knife kill if Esperanto chooses to do so. Just throwing out the nade.
No, don't think so.
The best opportunity.
Nah, he's not going to do it. But he's actually kills him as well. 1v2 now, but he's got barely any time left. Pipe trained his AWP on this smoke. But, oh, there is the knife. Crease! Corner of the smoke finds it. What's that? Second knife of the day, I think?
Or maybe even the third one, if I'm not mistaken. Because there was this one knife in the very beginning where they got only a knife kill. Nothing else done.
Yeah, onto that pistol round, right? It was that pistol round buy where they, yeah, no, I remember it. Oh, no, on Overpass earlier. It was,
And an Overpass too. Well, we had quite a bit of knives today then.
Yeah, that's interesting. Nah, they're always so exciting. I remember on the A site on Overpass that kill came in the pistol round when Vex missed so many shots, but SP. He's got his PT. Yeah. Oh, USP trained on this corner. Misses the shots. Needs to hit the follow-up. Does. SP. Oh, he regains control, but Pyth, he's missing shots of his own. Everybody's missing, but for hitting the shots that really matter. That's 2 kills in his pocket. Foreign being the last player alive. Half players in front of him, half players behind him, quick. I don't think any of those kills happened like to the front of a head. I think I think all 5 kills there were flanks.
Nobody checked Esperanto's position. He shot the enemy into the leg and then still got a double kill. Nobody looked towards the middle at Piff. Piff missed like 3 of the initial shots. Still nobody turned around. What the hell is going on in BPro's heads? I don't know. On a LAN tournament, I would have said that maybe they're not hearing too well or something along these lines, but this is an online stage still. Come on.
Yeah, and you should play your best Counter-Strike online, shouldn't you?
Freeze. We get another kill once again, just taking the middle, but there is a big shot from Psycho. You should not have seen Freeze right there. Seemed like a luck shot to me, but he definitely has had quite a bit of luck if he was able to connect this one. And of course, our completely surprising pick. Defenseless, that's going to be around for BPro, but once again, I get the very same feeling as on Mirage. It just doesn't seem like they really deserve many of these rounds.
Yeah, and Caseking obviously getting caught out at the end of that round, and Vexed again. They've gone for a force buy. So they did this earlier on Mirage, and it actually worked out for them, going for this force buy and regaining control. Against BPro this time, I need something a little more convincing, because remember, they should have been buying up next round. They could have went for the eco here and had a full buy in the 4th. That would be standard. However, this Vexed Academy side is far from standard. They're more puggy, more all over the place. Psycho going to be the first man in here.
Oh, well, for now though, The Fine waiting with a 5-7 in the middle, spots out Psycho, instantly shoots that way. BPro are feeling quite a bit of pressure out there. They're starting to try and group up with each other. Two people aiming at the same angle, shooting pretty much at each other's backs. Not the greatest idea, and they cannot beat down that P257, excuse me. P250 from behind also gets a kill. Piff once again playing with an eagle. This time not on the pistol round, but right after, actually. And a 5-on-3 with Kevlars and pistols for Vexed Academy, really. Psycho getting one kill, but hit in the head, and then Define to finish him off out there.
Big mistakes, though. Poise finds that one headshot. Pyth returns it. Foreign on this B site needs to do some big work now. This will be huge for his team. Finds Pyth. Back to the bomb site. There's the Molotov down, but it's slightly missed. And Kreese, oh, here's a stunning shot to win the round for his team. Vexed Academy finally get something going.
Oh, it's just starting to get confusing at some point when some of the rounds that should be easy for Vexed Academy are just not going their way, while BPro sometimes are going beast mode on weird situations, and well, this map should be at like 13-5, I would say, at this stage, rather than 11-7. I feel like sometimes Vexed Academy are just making it harder than it's supposed to be for themselves. Yeah,
and that's a mistake. If you're making that many mistakes in a deciding map like this, and this is a deciding map, the loser goes home. Well, they're already at home, but they'll go to the bathroom and cry, I guess, instead of playing some more Counter-Strike later tonight against the favourites who are Tricked, who we haven't seen play in quite a while at this point, but they will be taking centre stage in probably about half an hour's time after Caster Challenge. But BPro, they're still not out, despite having pistols.
There we go, Foreign with a kill on Piff, Blocker with a kill on Vic, and these pistols aren't so bad after all, but Blocker down to 7 HP should be an easy target, and the same for Gorsar, both once again with their back turned towards the bomb site. Both checking the same angle. It's not happening for the first time right here from BPro, though the bomb will get planted for in Stolo. 3 HP. He should not have had this bomb plant, and it will always be a little bit forward out there from BPro. Be another shot for them to get something done. And nope, the fuse kit available for the CTs are actually just got picked up by Define. So not like it matters really, but it could have been a dangerous situation, if not the double kill from Esperanto.
Yeah, super dangerous situation, and that's a problem when you don't have full economy, is you have to skimp and save on the defuse kit. It's only one for a team, and big issues can happen when that arises. In BPro, I love this. The first tactical pause any team has used this week. They're 4 rounds away from being eliminated. They need 9. However, they are definitely in with a shot of coming back. T side of Inferno, it's not the hardest situation in which to make a comeback like this happen. If they can break the Vexed economy by just taking 1 round, then they can be definitely right back in this driver's seat. However, I don't think Vexed Academy is going to want that to happen. They haven't got an AWP, they haven't got good economy, but they have got good utility. They've got plenty of smokes, they've got 5 smokes. It's going to keep the BPro side out of either of these bomb sites for quite a considerable amount of time. In Vexed Academy, they can just assume the crossfires. They've been so good at doing it all day. And BPro, it's down to them to find a solution to this Vexed defense.
Okay then. BPro are looking for that solution for sure, trying to recall everything that they've ever learned this far as they surely needed against Vexed Academy. Right now, it does not look so bad as it looked on Mirage. Inferno surely favors them a little bit more. They got into the game a little bit better. They got their gears warmed up, but then also I have to say that some of the rounds were gifted to them by Vexed Academy. The very beginning surely was the most questionable from now the CTs, and 12-7 is definitely not a scoreline that Vexed should be satisfied with. But yeah, where I'm going is I think that BPro, in like a perfect environment, they could still be able to win this map. or at least give it a good run for their money to Vexed Academy, to just embarrass them maybe a little bit, something along these lines. Just make it so much tougher for them to get out of this group, because whoever gets out of this match has to face off against Tricked, and you have to keep in mind that this is going to be a very heavy matchup.
Yeah, Tricked are obviously the favourites in whichever of these two teams make their way out of this matchup. Obviously, Vexed Academy definitely strong overdogs at this point, and BPro need to get something going pretty fast. 5 AK-47s on the BPro side, and they've got to break into one of these bomb sites. There's no other way to put it. Vexed Academy, their defense has been pretty strong. 3 out of 4 of the last rounds, with BPro even causing a bit of a spoiler earlier by taking that second round after losing the pistol. They love taking that second round, and obviously they've given away a lot of second rounds today after losing pistols, and that might be one of the reasons why they're 7-12 down after doing it themselves in the previous half. And I actually know Vex took both pistols and lost both second rounds. That's huge, but Vic and SB both chiming in. This BPro push has been decimated, and the Vexed Academy side survived with 5 players left. This is huge. It means that they've got as much money as they can, as much money as they want, and BPro aren't going to force an eco by just winning one of these gun rounds. Vexed Academy have a great chance of winning this matchup right now.
Yeah, 5 AKs into 5 lost lives without a single kill taken this round, so that's quite horrible. It's real tough to call a good try out there. And now these AKs are on the hands of Vexed Academy, really. And facing off against just pistols shouldn't be too tough. But we remember the rounds of Vexed Academy would lose situations like these, actually. So there's still a possibility to get something done. Oh no, course off. What we needed to do was kill the bind out there. It would have been a 3-on-2 with Piff down to 12 HP. Instead, it's a 3-on-1 and 4 and all alone. But with a rifle.
Needs to get a quad kill if he wants to keep BPro in this game. If they lose it, Vexed Academy surely going to be going to the grand final against Tricked in just 20 minutes after the caster challenge. Foreign trying to keep his team in it.
Ow.
Triple kill for him. Pyth is so low. This bomb's dropped as well, so chances for Pyth on 12 HP. Needs to nail a headshot, and oh no, Foreign was going to bite to walk into him. I think he's spotted Pyth. He definitely spotted Pyth. Pyth is surely meant to... Oh, did he? No. Pyth never finds that shot, and Vex take the 14th round. What a nutcase. That was devastating. And NSA apps low. Oh, apparently some crazy shot was hit, but Vexed Academy memeing them out. 3 AWPs at this crucial stage of the game. Almost half the weapons are scoped rifles at this point. Vexed want to close this out now, but Spyco is going to take a kill with theirs.
So Vic already going down. Turns out like the triple upset might not have been the best idea, but they're still picking it up. They're going for yet another rifle with the scope, and once again they just die with it. Beef is wasting his opportunity. One man laid, Craze and 12 HP. Psycho is going to expect the enemy to push through the smoke. Not really, but he still gets the kill with the Glock, so it doesn't make a difference. Now SP all alone 1v2. They know where he is. They will get that bomb planted real quickly, and I would have expected them to gain a little bit of like dominance over the part of the map, over the CT spawn, maybe over the banana, but they're actually remaining quite passive out there.
Blocker and Psycho. Great chance of taking this 8th round here, but it might not matter at the end of the day. Points, it's not round robin or anything. It's winner takes all in Vexed Academy. They might be the winners after this one. Blocker does take that kill, but it might be just a consolidation prize. 8 rounds for BPro, but they've got another 7 or 8 left to force overtime or a win respectively.
Going for a triple up setup, failing completely with it, and then having no money pretty much, I can say. Only Piff had the money. He dropped 2 rifles right here. So how do you even call it a good decision? I know Vexed Academy trying to play around maybe sometimes a little bit too much, and still 6 rounds advantage, but it is maybe a little bit disrespectful and maybe also a little bit time wasty, so to speak. They decide to do stuff like this.
Comes the push for the T's, and it's straight onto B. Kreis is here, and Defiance backed him up as well. 2 rifles on this B site, and BPro, they might be about to walk straight to the blender. Defiance in this boost position. They never check this. BPro, what a big mistake. Define 1, 2. Oh, wraps them all up, and Kreis, he drops, but not enough. Blocker drops down to 21 HP, but Kvik, that's a lightning fast headshot. Deagle galore, 1 and 2. Define and Kvik with a double kill apiece. Match point, and it's 7 for Vexed Academy. One more, bro. Kreis put one more, bro, in chat. the trash talk.
Is it the trash talk though, or are they the ones actually? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not too sure.
Blocker type GG right there, so it's kind of like a normal reply, but I'm starting like to think that Vexed Academy are really having a tough situation here, like closing this out really.
LOL! SP? That was such a weird peek. Did you see that? That was such a mad peek. Just
also in an awkward situation out there. Psycho.
There we
one. Go. Just one. Didn't take a lot. Didn't even think anybody could still be here.
Define obviously drops, compliments the shot in chat, but this might be all over. Kvik, I think that was a jump shot as well. Blocker, hello? What's going on this round? This is one of the most nutty rounds I've seen in a while. Kreis being the last player alive needs to get back onto A. And 1 on 3, don't think he's going to do it. Look at the wrong way. Corsair assassinates him, 9-15. BPro within 6 of overtime. This will be a legendary comeback, though, if they actually make this.
Definitely the lack of money on Vexed Academy helps, but 6 rounds in a row by BPro. Can you really actually imagine it?
Yes.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Already.
I'm not too sure. I don't know if this is going to be necessarily a comeback. I don't think so. However, Vexed Academy back to these pistols, and they've gone for a really weird investment. They could have just saved, gone for the double eco, and then play with all rifles. Have a quick in this smoke, needs to do the damage, and boys, mad spray doesn't connect any bullets, and even the follow-ups don't connect. So Psycho doing the damage as well. BPro just playing this one passive though, and they know that Vexed is pushed up close and personal to these smokes, and Define trying to get lucky. Not happening.
Crane's getting the kill on Corsair. That's 1 man down, and Vexed Academy facing a lot of these opportunities right there, but getting at least 2 would already give them a shot at maybe closing it out right here, right now. But still, it's on. Pick with just a USP, not expecting him to do much. And it's actually interesting that he's got the Kevlar and helmet and not Define, who's got a better pistol. Maybe they should have just exchanged pistols or anything along these lines. Define's not going to get that kill. 6 HP only. That could have been the greatest one. But instead, they're going to be shot down slightly. And there it is, SP still alive somehow, but he's surrounded completely, and both the enemies are spraying at him from both sides. Vic, though, picking up the rifle for himself. SP's finally going to fall, but it's all going down to Vic and Kreis right now. Vic's got that AK. He can do a lot.
Yeah, and he's going to have to do a lot, and maybe just saving is the best case scenario. He's got the a good stretch to fall back. They haven't got a smoke to aid his aid him receding back, but he gets out anyway. And Kreis maybe just doing another kills worth of damage. No, not going to happen. Blocker shuts down any possibility of that happening. Oh, no. And the other AK-47 drops, so Vexed Academy getting unnecessarily aggressive, losing that final CZ, final AK-47, and BPro make it 5.
BPro probably, they're slightly contagious, as right now looking at Vexed Academy's economy kind of situation and their management of all the money that they've got right there is just real bad what they're doing. They're going for forces with pistols and Kevlars and weird 3 AWP setups. They're just, it seems like they're not willing to close out the game. They're just willing to slightly have fun on this last round. In the meantime, it's just turning out not so well. Just take a look at what they were doing on bomb site A just a moment ago.
These sort of buys never seem to work out for the CT team. They just need to go for a save, go for the double up setup perhaps. Vexed, they're not scared of going for even the triple up setup. They did it before, but I wouldn't recommend that. I'd recommend one or maybe down banana. That's what I want to see in BPro. This is obviously going to be a BPro round. They're going to be within 4, but after that, it's all down to Vexed to try and do the damage. They need to take one more round, and how they're going to do it, it needs to be off the back of a full buy. If we have a look at the money, they've got a $2,400 bank investment after this one, so they've got enough money to go for everything that they need. The utility, yeah, it might be a little bit light, but Vic drops, and this doesn't really matter. It's all up to Vex to get maybe a kill bonus, maybe a little bit of damage done, maybe even saved an AK-47. And Foreign drops, so that's $300 in the pocket, and shoots away that AK-47. So they're trying to salvage it back. And Psycho, he's looking at both these angles, but whiffs the shot. Not good enough from him. That was an easy one to nail. And Vexed Academy, yeah, they could save this AK-47, and this is just more cash in the bank. And on SB, oh, maybe not, he drops, and here come the pistols. All said and done, only 1 kill, so doing economical damage isn't good enough now. Vexed Academy shouldn't be investing in any of these ecos. It should just be the buy round. They've got about 2 left, this being one of them.
Yep. Now, this is also a tricky part right here. Would saving up this AK really change anything? Because he needed to survive for like 5 seconds from that point on. Because, as you said, they will have all that they need, pretty much, because Piff's just missing a lot of grenades, same for Kreese, but I want to say that maybe they didn't need that AK-47. Maybe the decision was to rather just make BPro feel the pain, just annoy them as much as possible right there. Because they would still have the full buy anyway. But what now? The AWP on Piff has no Kevlar. Last time they've gone for a triple op setup was the only time that Piff was playing with an op this far actually. And he failed miserably. We really expect that he's going to be able to take some people out.
Yeah, he needs to do the damage, and this is the one opportunity for Vex to do it without the game getting too close. And for BPro, it's about closing the gap, taking this round by round. And Vexed Academy, yeah, they have made slip-ups up towards now. And obviously BPro, 3 rounds in a row, need to make it 7 if they're going to force the overtime out. And that'd be a really nice comeback, a really solid one, getting through to the grand final later today. And Vexed, moving in, Psycho spots out the shoulder of Craze, takes the shot. Define needs to do more than that, just 1 kill of damage, takes a second as well. He's been sandwiching this corner and drops. Vexed Academy need to go for some sort of push now. Foreign's, his position's actually been spotted out, so Quick knows where he is. They can sandwich out this one player and cut him away from the action. As there's 2 players over towards this area of the map. Foreign changes up his position and finds his shot as well. Gets the back angle onto Banana. Pith throws that an impromptu smoke. This is very unconventional, waiting for somebody to go for this peek and push and make it, and it aids him. It gives him a little bit of additional cover on this entry, and with an AWP you need all the cover you can get. Goes for the flick, misses by a whisker, blocker finds it. It's just SB left. This is going to be within 3. BPro in with a real chance of forcing the overtime here. 1-2 for SB, so lots of damage, but it doesn't matter. BPro are going to be able to buy up every single round, and SB, yeah, saves the M4. That is the bit that actually matters. On the Vex Academy side, they've only got 3 opportunities to close this one out.
Yeah, it's not looking solid at all anymore, and it's because they've been playing around for a couple of times here. In the very beginning and by the very ending too. And once again, as you mentioned, he just missed barely right there with the AWP, but it doesn't matter how close it was. Pitt the 2nd time in a row picks up an AWP and fails with it. Does not get a single kill out there, and this is just not something you want to have when you want to close out a map.
Maybe switching to the rifle could be the better idea. And you see Vex, they're obviously feeling the pressure. They go for another one of these half buys where some people are buying, some people are not. Maybe it's just to level out the money. So SB gets the AWP and everybody else has the rifles. But with Define buying fully, I don't feel like this one's too coordinated. Vic drops, missing a lot of shots as well. And this is worrying. for a team of aim stars, they should always be nailing those kills. You shouldn't be firing away 15 bullets and not even picking one up. And this is something that we're seeing commonly from Vexed Academy. And it won't be accepted by BPro, and it certainly won't be expected by Tricked if they play them after the cast challenge.
Oh yeah, but Esperanto not doing quite a bad job right there. However, Kreese misses the best opportunity you would ever get with that deagle to get a kill. Foreign. It's the bomb down. BPro surely looking for that 13th round. It's nearly on their account already. They know they can be happy with it. And lots going to go down to killing off that SP who's got the M4. Getting rid of everybody pretty much is their aim right now.
Kreese might save an M4. I don't think he's going to be able to save at all. BPro are pretty much on the hunt. Kreese stuck within this corner. And he needs to stay here, otherwise BPro are going to be hot on his heels and find him. Keeping this M4 alive is much more important than getting any kills as well, so peeking would be a mistake, and he does fall back, but Corsa's right behind him. Oh, does go down. Spotted out his head, so we'll be able to keep this M4 into the 29th round, but it's only the cherry on top. What's the Vex buy going to be like, though? It's going to be good.
Looking not so bad. Piff's not playing with the AWP anymore. It's actually rather Kreese and SP, which I'm happy with. Picking the fine with the rifles. Same goes for Piff with the M4A4. They do have the grenades. They do have the Kevlars and everybody. This is looking good. As good as it can get, actually. So I'm not expecting Vexed Academy to get a better shot if they don't close out the map right here. Might go over to the OT. And right there, I would be cheering for BPro because Vexed Academy have been messing around, and if they're not able to close it out within the regular time, then it seems like they don't necessarily deserve to win so much. But let's see. For now, BPro still completely stretched from Banana to the apartments.
And obviously this double AWP setup is a change up for the Vexed Academy side. They've not been able to afford it with all the force buying, so if this really is what pulls them through, and Kreese definitely wants the answer to that question to be yes, finds the one, closes down Banana single-handedly, and it's Bucker's turn to peek next, finds the second in Kreese. He still has Banana control. There's no smokes. He's not been peeked out at all with one, and this double AWP setup definitely is working out for the Vexed Academy side, and to find, yeah, he's going to go for a peek. This AWP could single-handedly close this game, shut BPro out of this tournament. They need to make this 2v4 happen, otherwise they're gone. It's a 1v4, and SP, the double AWPs.
Esperanto.
Yeah, they find the kills. And SP with 32 kills in the end, so this guy has been showing up frequently.
Yeah, throughout the entire day, pretty much. Define dropped down up against Tricked Esports. Esperanto has actually still had not a bad run, I think we can say, because it wasn't a good performance, all right, but it wasn't horrible as some of the other players. Piff was definitely stepping up the most against Tricked, as probably his team said, like, all right, so we're finally playing against a serious team, you can play seriously too, but still wasn't enough. Now we've got the Jamie versus Challenger matchup, right?
Let's go. So we're about to select a Challenger. So I don't know if it's too late, but exclamation mark tickets to get your final tickets in before it closes. 1v1 cast challenge. This is what's coming up next. It's a 1v1 aim duel against myself. And if you win one of two skins. It's either the M4A1S Decimator Factory New or Shadow Daggers. Forest, DD Pat, they're field tested. $100 worth of skins each. And if you win it, I've been beaten before. It is doable. So we are going to select a challenger right now. So who is the challenger, folks? What is going on before this grand final as well? So we do have a grand final to be played. That will be played in about 10-20 minutes, I guess. It'll be between Tricked and Vexed Academy, but obviously Vexed, they've just played pretty much 2 games in a row with only 1 break. So they've just played a best of 1. So we don't want to make them play a best of 3 straight away without any break. So both of these teams will have 10 seconds to chillax. So Okay. I misread the message. So the winner will appear in the chat during this break. So we're going to have a quick 5-minute break. Keep your eyes on the chat because we'll be announcing the winner in just a few minutes. And get on ChallengeMe. Log on ChallengeMe.gg right now if you think you're in with a chance of winning. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes after that challenger is announced. See you in a minute.
Never gonna give you up.